Hey guys, what is going on? Hope you guys are having a great day. Today, we're going to show you a little bit about the trophy bookworm. What you need to do is essentially, playing as each character, you need to unlock the nunchucks. Also, by doing this, we get a little bit of backstory about each character, and that's what the focus of this video is for. So if you need to know exactly how to unlock the nunchucks, I have a tutorial on my channel. I'll link it down below. You can go check it out, and it will help you. Just do that for every character, and then you'll unlock the trophy yourself. Now, for the rest of this video, it's going to be all the audible quotes that you get from all the characters. Now, some of these quotes can be glitchy and a little bit difficult to get, so here's just a compilation of all the audio quotes, and hopefully maybe the story interests you now for IW. So here you go.
Poindexter put himself on a steady diet of comic books, video games, Saturday morning cartoons, and every film I had ever released, all in an effort to escape who he was. In his senior year of high school, he was stuck taking the last available elective class which was required for graduation, drama, ending up with a small role in the class play that would catapult his popularity among his classmates. Poindexter had finally discovered what he would become, a thespian. As an actor, he quickly discovered that his talents on the stage would lead him to New York City, where he soon became a staple on Broadway, commanding sellout performances even in the largest of venues. As a longtime fan of my work, it took no time at all to convince him that a bigger stage was waiting for him. His knowledge of the inner workings of my films will truly command a standout performance from this young man. Poindexter Zitterman was perfect. A smattering of details pieced together from tabloids and various interviews, his briefing described exactly what I had been searching for. Raised by a father who was a particle physicist, who apparently could hardly find his glasses, and a loving but rather peculiar mother who often got lost in Chaucer, Cervantes, or the Bard for days on end, it was amazing that this kid was ever born at all. His knowledge will protect the Four. His soul burns bright and will serve me well. The first of the Four has been found. The beginning of the end is near. If you dig deep enough, you can find the truth. Sometimes the truth is harder to believe than the lie. And his brief read like a trip through classic American culture. He had grown up in Los Angeles and was raised by his parents, both of which were athletes in their own right. His mother, a retired tennis professional, and his father, a world-class surfer. He had the genetics of legends coursing through his veins. He could have just as easily been a top-tier professional athlete himself, having won scores of awards throughout his years in high school. But Aaron sought a brighter light than any stadium or court could ever provide. The limelight. Eventually breaking free of the chains of television, he clearly was overly eager to bring his talents to the big screen and show the world he was more than just a pretty face. I just needed to convince him that this was the chance he had sought. The chance to work with the best. Maybe the mere mention of a film had him lapping at my feet. This kid was a natural. Equipped with a silver tongue and Adonis-like looks, he was quick to be absorbed by the Hollywood circle, ending up in teeny bopper TV dramas such as the fan-obsessed Werewolf Poets and the long-running teen drama series High School Hunger, which he starred in for 5 seasons. Though his character would be killed off in season 5, his death opened the door for the chance to appear on a much larger screen. I have discovered the second of the 4. Patience. The other souls will follow. If you dig deep enough, you can find the truth. Sometimes the truth is harder to believe than the lie. After landing his first acting gig performing in a small off-Broadway production at the age of 10, his dreams became reality, and the birth of a new life in show business began. As a young actor, Andre landed roles in various television commercials and made many one-time appearances as a background character in some popular sitcoms, which were like the experience of face time. His eventual role in the daytime soap opera Beverly Hills Hospital catapulted him to daytime stardom, where he was known as TV's bad boy and was adored by fans of the show. Though he was familiar with my work, he had only seen a few of my films and heard the occasional rumor. I assured him, unless they were praising my work, none of those tales were true. Besides, next to growing up in the Bronx, making one of my films would be child's play for him. Insurance? He accepted. His background could have been his own film. Andre Wright grew up in the South Bronx, filled to the brim with its fair share of graffiti, drug dealers, and ladies of the night. He grew up surrounded by turmoil. This kid was the stuff dreams are made of. Raised solely by a single mother, he took a different path than the countless others littered around him, choosing to focus on theater and entertainment rather than earn street credibility. He longed for a way to get himself out of the ghetto. And with a stage at his disposal at a local youth organization known as the Bridges Society, each week he did just that. By becoming the characters he played and forgetting the world he was entangled within. He is the third of the 4. His soul endures through the darkness. The time is nearly at hand. If you dig deep enough, you can find the truth. Sometimes the truth is harder to believe than the lie. Sally Octavia Simpson had all the desperation I was looking for. She was the breakout star of the first reality television series, Growing Up with the Simpsons, setting her entire family life underneath a microscope for the world to view. And she never flinched. Her father was a famous jazz musician, largely revered for his fresh take on modern syncopation and a collection of mistresses in the tabloids. Her mother was even more famous than her father. She was a veteran film starlet that seemed to have spent more time on set than in Sally's life, or anyone's for that matter. Unless you were shouting, "Action!" With the show eventually coming to an end after 8 long seasons, she ventured off into the wild to begin a career of her own. The shadow of her parents' fame and the fading memory of the once famous reality TV show haunted her. In nearly every interview, she was asked about them, whether it was about her father's latest fling, or if her mother had actually retired from acting, or if they were ever going to resurrect the old show. Little time was spent discussing her current projects. As the auditions that led nowhere slowly began fame in the old show to success. When I called offering her a role, I could hear her attempting to hold back her excitement. She was familiar with my work, but admittedly had not seen any of the films. It wasn't her knowledge of the films I yearned for. The other one had that covered. No. It was her desperation. Her own inner demon that would prove her worth. Before I had a chance to explain the role, she was on board. Desperate to get a chance to escape her history's shadow drove her to accept my offer with little or no thought. Fearlessness ridiculous. She would be the last of the four. The final soul has been found. I must be careful. He is always watching. If you dig deep enough, you can find the truth. Sometimes the truth is harder to believe than the lie.